Good morning, students. I hope you all are safe and sound. So we have already started with the physiographic divisions of Africa in our last class of HCG2, and today again we will do the three physiographic divisions which were left, that is mountains, rift valley and drainage. There are different type of mountains in Africa like fold, block and volcanic mountains. So first, fold mountains. Fold mountains are formed by folding of layers in the upper part of the Earth's crust. The compressional force causes the rocks to fold, and this process is known as folding. Like, let me show you in this picture. This is how they are. This is compressional force. Due to that compression, these folds are there on the rocks. Fine. So this process is known as folding, which helps in the formation of fold mountains. There are two types of fold mountains: old fold mountains and young fold mountains. Old fold mountains are the mountains which are more than 300 to 500 million years old, and young fold mountains are the mountains that are approximate 100 to 200 million years old. Fold mountains in Africa. Cape ranges in extreme south are remnants of old fold mountains. Now what do you mean by remnants? Small amount of something that is left after use from a large amount. Remaining thing, that is remnants. So at this Atlas mountains in northwest Africa are young fold mountains, and Cape ranges are old fold mountains. Here in this map, let me show you. These are old fold mountains, Cape ranges, and this we have Atlas mountain ranges. Okay, here. Fine. These Cape ranges are not very high and also called as scarroos. The Atlas mountains, which lie in northwest and formed at the same time when Himalayas and Alps of Europe were formed, that is approximately 200 million years ago. Fine. Next we have block mountains and volcanic mountains. Block mountains are formed by the uplifting of blocks of the earth crust, and they are formed due to faulting. They are also called as host. See, in this diagram, this is fault. Fine. And this is block mountain. That is formed due to faulting by the uplifting of this block. Okay. The East African Rift Valley, extending from Red Sea to River Zambezi, has block mountains on both its eastern and western side. Now, what are volcanic mountains? Volcanic mountains are formed when molten rock, that is magma, erupts and piles up upon the surface, and when it cools down and take a shape of cone, that is volcanic mountain. Fine. Most of the highest peaks of Ethiopian highlands Ethiopian highlands region are volcanic mountains. Mount Kilimanjaro, which is the highest peak of Africa, is also a volcanic mountain. See, here we have, this is Mount Kilimanjaro. Ahagar and Tibetsi Plateau in North Africa are residual mountains. Now, what do you mean by residual mountains? Residual mountains are formed as a result of erosion by wind, by rain, okay, by running water. So these are residual mountains. Ahagar and Tibetsi in the northern part of Africa we have. Fine. Next, Ethiopian highlands, Mount Kenya, Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Elgin. These are important peaks of Africa. See, Ethiopian highlands, Atlas mountains, Kilimanjaro, okay, Mount Elgin, this is Tibetsi, Ahagar. Fine. So these are Reckenberg's mountain. These are important mountain ranges and mountains of Africa. Next we have Rift Valley. Rift Valley is a lowland region that forms where Earth's tectonic plates move apart due to faulting. When two faults occur, the land between the faults subsides and form Rift Valley. Now what are faults? Faults are the cracks which occur due to the movement in the interior of Earth. So the land between two faults sinks is called Rift Valley, and upraised block which we have discussed earlier now only with steep sides are called block mountains. Okay. The Great Rift Valley of Africa is about 664.40 km long. A rift valley is a linear shaped lowland between several mountain ranges created by the action of faulting. The Great Rift Valley of Africa is about 6440 km long and extends from Red Sea to River Zambezi in the south. See, here we have Red Sea and here we have River Zambezi. So in this region we have Rift Valley, Great Rift Valley. There are a number of deep lakes like Lake Rukwa, Lake Tanganyika and Lake Malawi which lie in the western Rift Valley. Fine. So this is a Great Rift Valley of Africa. Next we have drainage system. 1/3 of Africa has no direct drainage to the sea. Nearly 1/3 of Africa has no this direct drainage to the sea. A majority of rivers of the region are characterized by rapids, waterfalls and gorges. Rapids here is a section of river from where water moves fast over a rock. We have already discussed in a last video also about the rapids. Waterfall is a steep fall of water from a height. Okay, and gorges are a deep narrow valleys. Okay, with steep rocky sides with stream flowing through it, like in this is a picture of gorge. So here in this picture, this is a deep narrow valley and this is stream flowing through it. So this is a picture of gorge. Gorges are cut by a river in the mountainous region which flow through these valleys. Okay. Now you must be thinking about what is the difference between Rift Valley and gorges. So Rift Valleys are the valleys which are formed due to faulting. I have already told you which are formed due to faulting, but gorges are formed due to continuous flow of water. Okay, so this is the difference between Rift Valley and gorges. Now, River Nile. River Nile originates from Lake Victoria and also considered as longest river in the world, which is 6670, that is 6670 kilometers long. So this is River Nile originates from Lake Victoria. Fine. And these are tributaries, Blue Nile, White Nile. Okay, and this River Nile drains into the Mediterranean Sea in northern Egypt and forms famous delta of River Nile, which is 250 km wide, called as Nile Delta. White Nile is the main tributary of River Nile. This is White Nile. Okay, another tributary is Blue Nile, which originates from Lake Tana. This is okay, and Bahr el Arab, which is another tributary of White Nile in Sudan. Here. Next, we have River Zaire or Congo. It is a river of Central Africa. It also has many falls and rapids. This river originates from the highlands of the East African Rift Valley. This river is 4370 km long and its main tributaries are Ubangi and Kasai. Okay, so these are the main tributaries of River Congo. So this is River Congo. Fine. Next we have River Niger or Zambezi River. This is the most important. This is the important river of Western Africa. Its source is in the Guinea Highlands, and it is 4180 km long. Flows into Atlantic Ocean. River Benue is its tributary. Okay, River Zambezi is the major river of South Africa. The famous Victoria Fall are across it, and a huge dam named Kariba Dam has been constructed for hydropower. Other important rivers are Orange, Senegal, which are drained into Atlantic Ocean. Now lakes. The main lakes of Great Rift Valley are Lake Victoria, Lake Chad, and Lake Tanganyika. Lake Nasser and Lake Kariba, these are the artificial lake. Artificial means man-made lakes. Fine. Next, so these are all physiographic divisions of Africa.